Okay, let's kick things off. So Chelsea versus Everton predictions. They're absolutely buzzing on X right now, April 26, 2025.
Yeah, you can't miss it. It's everywhere.
And it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? What is the real pull of football fandom these days in 2025?
There's something deeper going on than just the 90 minutes.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive is to, get beyond the scores and understand that deep emotional connection, that sense of community.
And we've got a great source to help us figure that out.
We do. Nick Hornby's classic, Fever Pitch. And interestingly, it's a book David Beckham himself recommended as really nailing the fan experience.
Which is fascinating, right? Because Fever Pitch is about Hornby's life as an Arsenal fan decades ago, really.
Totally. The obsession, the absolute heartbreak, the sheer joy, all those intense emotions.
And yet somehow it feels incredibly relevant to what we're seeing today with, say, the Chelsea-Everton match online.
How so? Like, what's the connection?
Well, Hornby just captured that almost irrational dedication, didn't he? The highs, the lows.
You scroll through X or Threads now, and you see that same raw feeling, that personal investment in the outcome.
Yeah.
It's just amplified now online.
Amplified in public.
Yeah.
And it's not just the individual feeling, is it? Fever Pitch is huge on the community aspect, finding your tribe.
Absolutely. That sense of belonging he describes, it's palpable in the book.
And you fast forward to 2025, and you've got platforms like Threads, what is it, 150 million users now?
Something like that, yeah. Massive.
They're basically digital terraces, aren't they? Places where fans gather, they argue, they share.
They build these really specific communities around this shared love or sometimes shared misery of their team.
So zooming out a bit, what does this tell us about, society in 2025?
Well, it confirms that football and sports fandom generally is still a massive social element. It's a connector.
And the numbers back that up, right? Something like 60% of Gen Z and millennials are active in sports discussions online.
Exactly. And the buzz around Chelsea versus Everton is just today's example of that huge online engagement. X, Threads, you name it. So Fever Pitch gives us the why behind it.
I think so, yeah. It shows how supporting a team gets tangled up with your own identity. It offers that sense of belonging.
A belonging that goes way beyond just watching the game.
And projections suggest sports content online is set to grow even more, maybe 20% by 2026. So this whole phenomenon is only getting stronger.
Now, bring David Beckham back into this. Why is his recommendation to Fever Pitch significant?
Well, not just a celebrity endorsement, is it? Beckham has lived this from every angle. Fan, player, icon.
Right. He gets it.
Yeah.
I remember that interview he did maybe back in 2017 talking about his own emotional connection to the game.
Exactly. He echoed so many of those feelings Hornby wrote about, but from the inside, almost. His endorsement validates the authenticity of that fan experience Hornby captured.
So it underlines the emotional depth.
Yeah, and Beckham's current work, advocating for sports as a way to build communities in 2025, it ties right back to the themes in Fever Pitch. Shared passion creates connection.
So when we see something like #GBS trending today,
It's more than just match hype.
it taps into something fundamental. That need for connection, for shared experience that Hornby described so well.
It's a very human thing, amplified by technology.
And it reminds me of some of our previous deep dives, actually. EP58 on cultural moments, EP60 on societal trends. This feels like it fits right in.
It does. It's amazing how Hornby's book, written before all this digital stuff really took off, still gives us such a solid framework for understanding today.
The emotions haven't changed.
Just the way we express them, perhaps, and the scale.
Okay, so here's something for you listening to think about. This intense emotional investment we see, like with the football, the stuff in Fever Pitch, the Chelsea-Everton buzz online, it really highlights this deep human need we have for connection, for shared experiences, especially now in our very digital world.
So the question becomes...
Yeah, what else in your life sparks that same level of, passionate engagement, that feeling of community?
Yeah.
Is music, hobbies, something else entirely?
Definitely something worth considering. What's your Fever Pitch about?